when they were doing their little private sparring sessions, I imagined a dance studio.
Me too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They describe it as a gym.
I was picturing like a mirrored wall.
Yeah.
I actually pictured a bar.
I did. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Smut, a Girl Wants Book Club, where two best friends talk about a book that we have just read. We are fueled. We are ready. We haven't talked in a while, so this is very exciting.
Yes.
Today, we are going to be talking about...
Riftborne by Bree Grenwich and Parker Lennox.
Yeah, duo.
Which kind of rhymes when you say it out loud.
It does, actually. This is our first duo authorship.
Yeah, which I'd be very curious to know how that works.
I have information sort of on that front.
Well, we're going to...
Probably not in detail, but yeah. So, you know what? This is perfect. We're just going to start talking about the authors right away. First, I'm going to say authors. I don't like it. It feels weird in my mouth. Authors, plural. Okay, so you've got Bree Grenwich and Parker Lennox. They are what they have deemed themselves to be platonic besties, platonic soulmates, right? They met at 19 and they've been besties ever since.
Good for them.
And they both share a real love of fantasy. They're big D&D players. They love reality TV. And so, yeah, I guess it was always kind of a dream of theirs to write a book together.
Okay.
Write a fantasy book. Some fun facts. What do we have here? Riftborne is their debut novel together as a duo. I was trying to look into previous stuff solo. Couldn't find much information.
We've read a few debut novels where their first is amazing.
Incredible.
So
incredible.
Good for them.
Yeah. They're strongly against AI, which I
good for them.
Cannot get enough of.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. They love female empowerment. They're very into astrology. And I'm basing that entirely off of the fact that when I went on their website, they listed their sign, their moon, their rising, which means nothing to me. So I won't regale you with the information because I didn't write it down. But they also talked about what their roles are when they're writing.
Okay.
And so I've got two for each of them, noteworthy ones that I thought were amazing. So Bree Grenwich is listed as yearning curator and the spice choreographer. And Parker Lennox is listed as the slow burn sadist and the emotional damage engineer. That was so good.
Parker, you're good at your job.
So good. But what a phrase, emotional damage engineer. I was like, damn, girl.
Yes, these books damage.
Love it. They damage. So, they're damaging.
Okay.
How did you hear about Riftborne?
I think it was just on a few lists. The cover kind of intrigued. I really like the cover.
The cover's good.
All of them. So it kind of just intrigued me enough to look it up. And then I looked it up and the description did not pull me in right away. Put it on my TBR, but there was always something else that was ahead of it, which I now regret because finally I was just I really wanted something a little different. Mm-hmm. And it felt, still romantasy. It felt like it was a little different. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of picked it up because I think I just texted you. I was like, I'm just going to read Riftborne and then at that point, The Ascended had come out.
I think that's the reason we were talking about it is because Ascended had come out and everybody was really excited about it.
Which is people were talking about how amazing The Ascended was and it was one of their top books of the year. I looked up the recommended reading order. And
this girl loves to do a little research before she reads.
But there isn't one. Well, because mostly I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Because when you read something that's in the same universe, but it has people in it and you're like, I think I'm supposed to know these people. Mm-hmm. And then you read the other one and you're like, well, I already know that they're together
do you remember when we read the vampire dragon, what is that one?
Bloodwing Academy. Yeah.
And we were like, are we supposed to know these people?
Because they refer to them in a way that are clearly cameos. And we're supposed to be like, oh my God.
Look at that person. Anyway, I digress.
So I just wanted to know which way to read it so I didn't spoil it for myself. And it kind of says that you can read it either way because basically you'll have a higher emotional impact on the next book of the series, of which series you read.
Whichever one has the aha moment when you put it all together.
Because you're going to have an aha moment either way. It doesn't really matter. It's just one of them you'll have a bigger impact on.
Cool.
So
cool.
Between all of them, I think there was also The Ascended I was the most excited for. So I kind of wanted it to be the finale of everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
the review of Ascended coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
He was striking in a cold-blooded kind of way, like his beauty was tinged with poison. Unassuming, alluring even. I brought my eyes up to meet his, via Riftborne. The words dripped from his lips like blood from a dagger. 20 years after a rebellion branded her an outcast, Fia Riftborne navigates a city rife with prejudice so deep it's often deadly. But she harbors a secret, one that would paint an even larger target on her back. A hidden power within her is growing, threatening to destroy everything she's built for herself. Enter the elusive she-general, Lyric Ashford, who is building a unit of powerful wielders within the Guard to face a growing threat. Wraiths of darkness devour the western border, leaving a trail of death and destruction in their wake. When Fia's power erupts, and 2 daughters of nobility are seemingly dead, General Ashford offers her a chilling choice: join the She-Guard or face execution, because Fia might be the only hope for the Isle's survival. Torn between surrendering to the chaos or becoming a weapon for those who took everything from her, Fia must confront her growing feelings for the General and face a dark truth that could shatter everything she's ever known.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It didn't really do anything for me.
You know what bothers me about it? First thing that bothered me was the wraith comment, because you don't hear the term wraith until you are like 75% of the way through the book.
Yeah, because I remember reading it and being like, where are these wraiths? What are you talking about? Where are these things?
That's like a kind of a spoiler. I mean, like, I know
bit.
it's just a name for something, but
No.
Still, it's like
Slightly, because the book
the whole first half of the book, they're hinting at the fact that there's
kind
like
of secretive
maybe
about
something, but everybody's talking about peace. So it's like, we'll talk about a giveaway.
Yeah, they're kind of secretive.
I'm glad I never read the back of the book.
I know.
I just rely on you to read
sounds
it.
kind of intriguing. Like, I like the concept of children of rebellion. I think
Yeah.
it's interesting. Like, it is technically exactly what happens in the book, but it didn't sell it to me either.
And you know what? For how good of a book it is,
It's really good.
that's a surprisingly weak.
It's bland, because the first part, very vivid, with the, like, his words
Yeah.
dripping from his mouth, like blood from a dagger and stuff like that. And then you get to the rest and you're just kind of like, oh.
Oh,
All right, okay. And it was only based on other people's reviews that I read it.
huh.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? I had a couple of friends, though, who read it, and they were like, it's really good. Devin, I think, read it, and
Yeah.
was like, it's really good. I can't wait for you to read it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Anyway, characters?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5, how much did we like the characters in this book?
5.
I'd actually probably give it a 4.
5. Okay.
You know what? It's funny because originally I was gonna say 5 is like that's like high praise, but I actually don't have a lot of like negative things to say about any of the characters.
Like the characters.
There are traits that the characters had that I didn't like, but that's just because they kind of stuck to their character traits, which is a good thing.
They're well-written, well-rounded people.
Yeah.
They tend to...
Everybody's got a little bit of depth. Everybody's got a little like...
They
got
kind of
layers.
hold, like, roles. I like that there's kind of complicated relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Like how there are people who are like jealous of people's friendships and that kind of things. That kind of tinges stuff. There's a small found family component, which I always really like.
Oh man, after having read When the Moon Hatched, where the bestie, like I just read that, and the bestie, like chapter 5, you know, we get got by these books. I'm reading this and I'm like, oh, Asta, are you going to be okay? I was so nervous for her the whole book.
Oh, I know. No, Asta
I'm just
feels
waiting for her to go.
She feels like someone who's going to die, I know.
100%.
Because we're too attached to her.
She's so pleasant.
I thought it was an interesting contrast because there's her best friend from before, and then she makes a new best friend, and there's that interesting like
they're such different
relation. They're so different.
I know.
But what was her name? The new best friend. I can't remember.
I want to say Rain. We're gonna check this really quick.
I really like her.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
She's super cool. So it is Rain. We love Rain. Lyric is giving me Tamlin vibes.
Oh yeah, no.
I am feeling I'm gaslighting myself, and it's like. I was kind of into it, but you know what? He's got auburn hair, and I was like, nah, I don't trust him, and he seems fine.
It seems a little
don't trust him.
It seems a little too fast.
I mean, he's a dude.
Yeah, I guess. No, it was just something about it where it was very like right out of the gate obsessed. Not like maybe not obsessed, but like kind of.
You know
intense.
what it is?
It was intense in a way that I was like, I don't like that the beginning of your relationship was very coercive.
Yeah, and I didn't like,
that.
what's the redheaded girl's name? I wonder if I have it here.
Oh, his like other
his second,
squeeze.
basically. Yeah, his other squeeze. Exactly. Yeah. But you know what? It's because he doesn't like, it's funny that you say that he's intense right off the bat, but he's not like into her right off the bat.
No, which I don't like.
Which I didn't like. I kind of like when they always know because it makes the girl feel special. But there was this whole like, he's like gaslighting her into making her think that like his second doesn't hate her. And I'm like, obviously she does.
Clear
it's
you
so
you have a thing.
So there's soon as there was like that little touch, I was like, I don't trust this guy.
No.
He's not. It's not like he's the kind of guys that we always go for who are like mean, but they're like secretly like nice to kids and stuff like
he
that.
Just seems like because it you get the energy of like this has to be a secret.
Yeah. Hate.
Something like that. Like
you can't let anybody know that you're spending time with me.
It gives me the energy of not romantic
Tamlin.
books. Yeah, but like also like in not romantasy books where there's that guy they date where they're like, but no one can know we're dating. Because, like, do you remember John Tucker Must Die?
Not really.
Okay.
Sorry.
In John Tucker Must Die, John Tucker tells all the girls that he's not allowed to date during basketball season.
Because you're the only girl for me? Damn! He said the same thing to all of us. Figures.
And that's how he's able to, like, sleep
like
around.
5 girls, right?
Because, like, they all have to keep it a secret. And
you are ever in a relationship and they tell you not to tell people, red flag.
And it felt
Don't
like
trust
that. It felt like, you know, I don't think he outright said it had to be a secret, but he clearly, like, kept it one.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, the way he was fighting his feelings because it had to be appropriate, I was like, I don't buy it. I don't trust you. I also don't like that he's so high up and there's already some shady stuff going on with the army. And I'm like, Lyric knows. And I don't trust him. Because it's clearly being set up where there's something that's not being told.
And I don't, like, it's a very gaslighty kind of. Shady. But you know what? I knew from the beginning that the she were sus. Yeah. Because in the very beginning, which for the record, I really like this, you open the book and they give you that little introductory lore.
The little history
awesome way to start a book. Like really, really great way to start a book. They talk about how the Eshi, I've been reading it as Eosi. Ishi. Yeah. The Ishi have come in and they were like...
Who are their gods?
Who are the gods, but then it's like, I guess, what is it? There's the Riftborne, the she, I guess the she. Yeah. The she came in and they like showed the Riftborne like the right way to do things. Like it's giving indigenous genocide, man. Like
it feels very colonizer,
Very colonizer.
And then they went and colonized the Riftborne. Riftramar. Colonized Riftramar. Keeps them down for a bit. Riftramar rebels, as many people would be wont to do.
Especially when you take everything from them. Yes. It checks out.
Then they get like exterminated. Except for some children. But then also get beaten down, like penalized for rebelling and trying to like protect themselves.
Are we getting into plot? We are getting into plot.
We are a bit.
Okay, real quick. I liked her.
I think she's great. I think she's really interesting. I think she had a lot of really interesting growth. Which was great.
Great growth.
Because she clearly like doesn't believe in herself at the beginning and is like trying to suppress herself. And it was really fun reading her like grow and start realizing how strong she is.
But I like that she's also instinctively not confident.
Yes.
Like she's pleasant and likable and you want to root for her immediately. The whole visual of her is really cool. I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, she seems very like ethereal.
Oh my god, it's giving Luna Lovegood.
I like the concept of her hair being floaty.
Yeah, but like curly.
Yeah,
it's just a big curl.
But she's described as her hair like being weighed down.
Like her hair is so light.
It is. I think it's weightless. Like cool. I think it floats around her.
I mean, I don't think it does, but I do think it does.
And like that's how it's described, as it being more like airy.
I know what you mean, but it's usually when like something is happening, like she's walking downstairs or she's using her powers or something.
Anyway, I really like her. I think it's very true to her experience that she is suppressing herself because it makes sense. Like she's been beaten down for so long, and she has an interesting tension where she like really wants to belong, but also like strongly resents these people.
Absolutely. As she should.
Yeah.
And I like that she doesn't just immediately forgive them. She's always going to be a little nervous about it.
She doesn't really trust them. Like even
totally love it.
And the only reason she joins the army is because she is
has to, not because she wants to.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. But I also like though that people treated her well.
Yeah.
And like not everybody, but I liked that mostly.
Yeah, she was pretty surprised by it.
I know, and that was kind of nice because like obviously you don't want to watch about people being terrible to somebody because they're you know, Riftramar. You don't want to watch. You don't want to read that for too long. It's too painful. So it was nice that people were like nice to her and that she's like finding her place. It's nice. It was good.
Now then she made a choice or two where I was like, oh, I don't know. This is gonna bite you later. But I know. There was specifically one choice. Which choice? I was like,
Which choice?
When she destroyed everyone's blood oaths.
No, she didn't destroy everyone's. Just hers.
Yes, you're right. She went into where everyone's blood oaths are and destroyed hers.
That whole scene, I was nervous.
I was stressed, but I was also like, I feel like this is gonna bite you later.
I actually think it's not. I think she did that on purpose, and they're using the whole like her telling Ma as a way for her to be like her motivations are really good, and then because of that, she's gonna be able to talk to people, and she's gonna be like, you know what I think? I think she's gonna like
technically know how it ends.
Let me theorize.
Yeah.
I think she's going to be able to like. Because she's been kidnapped now.
Right. Yes.
By like Mr. Dark and Mysterious. As
Yeah,
soon as they mention that she's like sharing a horse with a guy, I'm like, it's that one. That's the guy for her. And I knew it. This lyric, I don't trust him.
Well, that's the thing is, I've read too many of these books. I know that if there's a love interest in the first book, it's probably not gonna last.
Unless he wields shadows.
If there's multiple of them, it's probably not gonna be the first guy. Because
especially if they're not already going at it. I did like, okay, now we can get into plot. Actually, before we get into plot, we're gonna talk about names. Something that I really want to, I would like to know, Greenwich and Lennox, that does sound good together. Who made your pronunciation guide? I do not think you are alone in this pronunciation guide. I think other people have a similar guide, and I hate it. I will tell you why. It's not phonetic. It's not a phonetic alphabet. It's just somebody going by saying, this is how I would say it. Most notably, I'm gonna put it right here. Anya. The thing that bothers me is I'm assuming that the N, being a capital, we talked about this, is that you're supposed to emphasize like Anya. Yeah. Like that's where the emphasis of the word is. But here's my thing. Is it N or N? Is it Anya? Anya? Anya. Like,
what is it?
They're implying that it's a 3-syllable name because it's boom, boom, boom. Sorry, boom, boom, boom. And they're implying that it's a 3-syllable name with this. Yeah. But it doesn't make sense.
Also, is this, just while we're at it, is this Evelyn or Evelyn?
I know.
Because they should be EEV if it's
Evelyn. Yeah. And if it was Evelyn, it should be EVUH, I guess, or something. And then another one right underneath it, Ferenya.
That one makes sense to me. Ferenya.
Yeah. But then it's EN. So anyway, stop it. Yes. I hate it. You should improve on that, and it is no good. And I do not like it.
I must have gotten the accent wrong.
Now that I've got that out of my system, I'm feeling a lot better. Let us talk about plot. On a scale of 1 to 5, how much do we like the plot? 5.
I would say a 4 because I felt like it was building to more.
Somehow it didn't annoy me this time.
No, it didn't bother me. I just was like,
usually it does.
This is the build up to something really good, and it felt that way. And I knew it felt like the build up of something. I really liked it.
But then, so are you docking a point because it was only a build up?
I really liked it. I didn't think it was one of my like top reads of the year. So it's a 4 to me.
I might give it as low as a 4.5 because it was a little predictable. There were definitely elements where I was like there were elements that I kind of saw coming. I mean, we'll see. I haven't actually read the second one, so I could be way off base. But I was very happy with the arc. I was happy with the arc of the story and of the characters, and I think it all worked really well together. And there wasn't any moment where I was like, oh my god, this person sucks, or this is a stupid plot line.
There was a little bit of learning in this book though, which was fine. I like to learn and I like world building, so that's fine with me. But I didn't
feel like it was too much though.
No, definitely not at all. it's like there was a lot of like getting to know the world, getting to know the characters, but also getting to know like the mystery. And I didn't feel like there was like that much of a crescendo because it like we're still ramping. It didn't really feel like it like ended.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Like it feels like you're like 80% through the book.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's 25%.
I read the next one immediately because I was like, well, I gotta know what's going on.
Downloaded it.
Yeah.
But that's a good sign.
Yeah. Solid 4.
Solid. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it
4.5.
I'll pull a Devin. 4.75.
Okay. I really like, and we've discussed this before, love an academy setting. Love when they learn to spar. I love like the growth of like learning their strength. And like learning everyone's powers is really fun.
But even the bit where she like used her mind to find him, I was like, I saw that coming. That's a great example of like, saw that one coming, still really enjoyed it. But
I do think the magic system, while not super unique, is still interesting because I like that everyone has one power.
Except for our FMC, of course.
Yes, obviously, she's special. But everyone has like a power. What's interesting is that sometimes it's something grand and sometimes it's something that's just kind of like, what do they call it? The focus?
A focus, yeah.
Yeah, and their focus is like, I'm really good at listening to the trees.
Yeah,
like sometimes, yeah. Or like Asha's, where, Asta's power where she...
Like attention to detail, basically.
She's like good at reading inanimate objects, essentially.
Yeah.
And like knowing what their purpose is and their potential. That's so good for her specific career. but otherwise is kind of like meh,
I know, it's
useless.
so cute.
And then some of them are like very aggressive.
Yeah.
But in every other, like the people who have those blood
Whoa.
focuses,
Great.
they're really good in an army. And then other than that, they cannot use their focus.
I know, that's what occurred to me. Like, how do you spar?
I know.
I spent a little bit of time like reading and I had to like go back because I was like, oh, with that redhead girl spar, I guess she can't. Because if she bleeds, she could really damage somebody. Maybe he's been damaged. I still think that the scar on his face, originally I thought it was from her. But I think it's now from the Wraith blade or whatever.
Yeah. And then, even like when you start learning about the Wraiths.
Oh, the party. The like party in the woods.
I was so stressed.
It was so cringy. And not in a bad way. I've never liked a house party. And the idea of like taking the girl who's like not used to socializing, where her race alone is like kind of a dangerous thing. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, something horrible.
This is how Asta gets it, and like she almost did, but then
I know. The whole time I was really stressed out. I was like, something really horrible is gonna happen, and everyone's gonna get yelled at. I don't know about this.
Yeah, and then it ended really well
because she also like she discovers so much about herself, and like the whole ending, I was like, oh, okay, this is really going. And then she gets kidnapped, and then you meet all these whole new people. I think that was also why, is because the ending to me felt like, oh, we're now where we're supposed to be. Because I think it was really, really good to me. And then it got to the end and I was like, oh, this has been a lead up. We are now where the story really takes off.
I think I know what you mean, but I think it's because I never bought into Lyric being the love interest.
But also
if he ends up being the love interest, I swear to God.
I would be a fan of a book that like bait and switches like that. But back to this, like, yes, as far as like love interest, but also like the space. I don't know, there was something about it that felt calmer. Everything about where she's been has felt like very much like she's stuck. She doesn't belong. I was really like, I was excited by what was going on because I remember reading that whole bit and I was like, well, we're meeting who I am very certain is the love interest. And I think that we're about to like open a whole new door of plot.
A whole new world.
I was going to say a whole new world and I was like, well, I can't say that because like we're just in a new world. So obviously, Tessa.
My whole bit is that I add clips from other movies. How dare you try to deny me?
On a magic carpet ride, a whole new...
Duh, she just entered a new world.
Quite literally
exactly
a new world. Blush?
Blush.
Let's get into blush. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how blush-worthy is this book? So this is going to be a weird one because neither of us buy in
trust him.
that Lyric is
I think it's
the love interest.
I think what would be the blush-worthy moments are well written.
I think they're pretty good.
They're really good. I just didn't trust it.
Yes.
I was like, I've been burned before, and also there's something about the way you're being written that I don't trust.
You know what I did like?
Yeah.
When they're at the party and he like kisses her on the mouth at the party. I was like,
I liked that.
Okay. He's coming back around because I'm not necessarily sure if I buy into him being like a monster or anything yet. I don't think he's like our end game.
Trust him.
As far as like blush goes, it had some of my favorite like bits. It had the like sparring on the mat and he's clearly like obsessed with her, which I love to see it.
Yes.
The line when he's like, I'm gonna like reenact all my dreams, that whole bit with the dream
worked for me.
Great.
It should have been blush-worthy because it was very well written.
But because you don't trust him, it's like
you're like, I don't know.
So it does, it does take it back. So I think on a blush.
But I feel like that's intentional.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think on a blush, I would give it
like a 2.5.
I was gonna say a 2 or a 3. So let's just round that out to a nice 2.5. It's not that it's bad. I just don't trust him. No. And so the whole time I'm like waiting for him to mess it up. And then I guess he doesn't.
No, I'm still waiting for it.
I'm still waiting for it though. I don't trust it.
No, I don't trust it at all. And there's also like, so much of their relationship was like coercive and kind of like,
there's like a huge power imbalance
Massive power imbalance. And there's a lot of stuff where it feels like she's being taken advantage of.
Yes.
And in a way that I didn't like.
Yes,
so
I agree.
Really hard to like trust, like
I feel like he talks about, I think he's lying.
Yeah.
When he's like, oh, I can read everybody's intentions or like what's going to happen next, but I can't read yours. I mean,
why?
Realistically, I think he's probably not lying. But how infuriating would that be if he was lying and he actually knew that the only way to get what he wanted was because she like had the hots for him and he was actually just like a bit of a slut for her because he wanted her in Team V. That bit where Rain was like, Team Venom is stupid. I call it Team V. I was like,
Yeah,
Love
good
it.
girl. Oh, one blush-worthy moment, like the most blush-worthy moment for me was when he's dreaming about her. That was a good moment. That was my favorite
I
moment.
nearly just spat out my drink.
Yeah.
Yes. But I
That was
also
great.
like that when she wakes up, she just point blank is like, were you just dreaming about me? And he's just like,
But then it was kind of frustrating because we just like skate by it and we just like ignore it. And I was like, well, that was the best scene.
I know. And I was like, I'm it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Carry on.
Yes. And so like that was really, really good. So there were
I
moments-
didn't like that the way they finally broke the ice was when she was like drunk. I was like,
Yeah.
I guess there was that one bit. I don't know why. They always talk about the fact that when they were doing their little private sparring sessions, I imagined a dance studio.
Me too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. With a
They describe it as a gym.
yeah. It's supposed to be like a karate studio almost. Like,
Dance
you know,
studio.
like MMA or something. But I was picturing like a mirrored wall.
Yeah.
I actually pictured a bar. I don't
did
know
too.
why.
100% same.
I have no idea why.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
very weird.
Smut on Scoville. We can just
yeah, let's
move
go
right
for it.
into it. On a scale of 1 to 5, how spicy is this book?
Like 1.5.
2?
I would count the dream scene as like a spicy scene. They don't
Okay.
go for it.
No.
But like it's there.
Except, would you argue then that the actual scene is just a copy, paste, repeat? Because it sounds like it's real similar.
Yeah, but there's 2.
That's true. And I guess they do
So-
that kind of steamy kiss, which was nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a 2 is about as high as I would go because it's a very descriptive.
Yeah.
You get
it's
the
there.
goods.
Yeah, you yeah.
Great.
It's not a Fade to Black.
And it's not cringy, it's not fade to black. It's good. But it really is more about the plot.
It's not intense. You could get through the whole book and skip that few pages
Mm-hmm.
and be fine. No plot happens.
No. It's a
It's
solid.
not heavy on the spice.
Not heavy on the spice.
It is heavy on the plot.
Heavy on the plot.
Yes.
And boy, does it plot.
This is like a dense bread with a little bit of Parmesan on top.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds so
It
good.
does.
Okay, final question for
Yes.
you. Over or underhyped?
Appropriately.
I might say slightly underhyped
That's fair.
because and now maybe we've missed the boat,
Yeah.
and I do feel like people are talking about it, but I really liked it.
I loved it. Yeah.
I burned through it. I would recommend it to people. I bought in
100%,
fully.
yeah.
I tore through that thing.
Oh, it was really, really good. I would tell so many people about that book. I would list it as one of my tops of the last few years even.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, downloaded the second one immediately.
Right away.
Immediately. We'll be reading this as soon as she leaves my house.
I support that.
Okay, well, thank you so much for watching this episode of Smut a Girl Wants. We will see you next time when we are going to do our first ever double feature. We got double authors today. Next time, we are going to be talking about Bride and Mate by Ali Hazelwood.